Hi everyone, today I'm going to present my learning settings through my practical experience, of course. I would like to start with mention the first author that I call my attention. This is David Cole and his experimental learning theory. Well, he proposed that learning is a process where the knowledge is created through a transformation of experience. Based on that, there are four learning styles based on a cycle and includes concrete experience and reflected observation. The abstract conceptualization of and active experimentation. What it means is, if you can see the example that I put in my presentation, we can find four of them. The first one is the divergers that in this case prefer to concrete experience and observation. What it means when the students enjoy or learn through discussion and reflection. The speaking and the analysis would be the other one that it can be the assimilators. These are students who have difficulties to learn the theoretical part or the grammatical parts, and for that use the thinking and the logical analysis to find a solution. The convergers, the like practical application of ideas and problem solving. In this case, of course, using the different methods like application, the problem solving, the ideas, and finally the accommodator that the student learn doing and relying on institution. Sometimes, of course, as a student, you don't know everything, whatever class. And that's mean that you all the time you have to rely on or have an institution of what is correct and accurate information to find the accurate information. So for that, in my classroom, I often observe that there are some students to grasp grammar better through practice that incorporate the accommodators as well as the divergers. So prefer establish a conversation or have a reflection of why they thought. Okay, and I would like to carry on with the following author. This is Garner and his multiple intelligence theory. He suggests that the intelligence is not a single entity, but is a combination of multiple intelligence that define how people learn best. If you can see again the examples that I put, you can find the linguistic that is used by verbal skills, reading, writing, sometimes listening, but listening is more like visual and spatial, using through images, videos, diagrams, the bodily kinesthetic that you prefer movements, role plays, flashcards, hands up tasks, um, apps to perform their learning, and the interpersonal that learns better through group interaction and collaboration. Because sometimes, of course, we need that kind of help or support to continue working on what the students needs. Okay, so in my teaching content, I use a lot of activities such as visual aids, group projects, role plays to address different intelligence and promote meaningful learning. So for that, as far as I concern, and my personal opinion, apart from the authors, this diversity of methods foster meaningful learning, allowing each student to connect with their preference and this preference combined with the way of they can learn. And I would like to mention other ones authors like Stephen Kraken. and the second language acquisition. And when he explained that likely when you use a comprehensible input that the students can understand easily or can get information more accurate, we can combine all of this kind of preference. And finally, I would like to mention the Fleming-Bar model that identify the main sensory modalities. That is the word that I mentioned before, but I call my attention because it's similar. Um, it's pretty similar, but of course, uh, mention other authors like Vygotsky, like learning through the like interaction, like of course encourage cooperation and scaffolding, which students can understand and use the real context to learn, and of course to include all the group to learn. Well, that's it. And these are my reference. And thank you so much for watching this video. That's it.